welcome to the Only Girl in the Room Sports Podcast, and I'm your host Tamara, but you guys can call me T. As you may see, this is going to be a sports podcast, but with a little twist. Each episode I will be debating with 3 to 4 different guys on the hottest topic in sports. But here's the thing, I'll be the only female in the room, so you get to see how a female can hang toe to toe when it comes to talking sports. Hey everyone, here's today's guest. I'm going to let them introduce themselves to you guys.
My name is Antoine from East Orange.
I'm AJ from Elizabeth.
Oh, you already know me. I'm Tamira. I'm from Elizabeth as well.
My name Jose Smokes. I'm from Elizabeth. Here holding down the Cowboys and the Knicks.
All right. Well, I'm a Lakers fan. If you want to throw that out there.
Pittsburgh Steelers all day. Nothing else better. 6 rings.
Packers.
I'm a Ravens fan, so me and him,
He got to go
I
sit
can't
over
sit
there.
next to him too long.
Yeah. Oh man,
Yeah.
this is bad for my views.
20 years. Ravens fan, 20 years.
Well, thank you guys for coming on my show today. You know, we've been talking about this for a minute now on Facebook,
Gotta talk to you.
debating every day. So now y'all in my kingdom, just like y'all know, okay?
That's gonna be there.
So for today's topics, we just gonna choose from one of the topics here. So if anybody want to go first?
Yeah, I'll start. Let me start with this. NBA teams that need available free agents.
That's a good topic.
My Knicks.
Desperate.
We need more than free
Desperate.
agents.
We're any more than
super
Yeah, you need a new manager, general manager, everything over there.
But all right. So if the Knicks need an available agent, who exactly would you bring in?
Well, of course, we have to try to go for Giannis because since he'll be able to leave after the season, so that would be number one. Of course, everybody gonna try to go after him. I see him going more towards Golden State, but
Yeah, I definitely
try,
I see that.
we gotta at least try now, man. So we struck out with KD,
Yeah.
so we gotta try shit.
I think that big stars don't work in New York because it's already under a limelight. Like me personally, I like the core that they have. They all hungry. They're not afraid to play. And I think like a piece like a Otto Porter Jr. or somewhere along the lines of him. I think he's a free agent. I don't think he's playing right now. I know he's a free agent. I think more role players like that because everybody know their role.
Well, that damn shame ain't gonna save the Knicks. We gonna need.
Well, how do you feel about Melo, bringing Melo back?
Well,
Nah.
I'll always be a fan of bringing Melo back because that's my favorite player. I mean, since high school, since okay, that always been my favorite player and shit. So I'll always be a fan of that. Now, unbiased speaking, it'll have to be him coming back knowing his role. I mean, of course, you're not gonna come back and take over the team.
Yeah, exactly.
He in his later years towards the end of his career. I think as long as he understands that, it shouldn't be a problem. He gave us a lot of good years in New York, even though we ain't win. And I think his time right now in Portland is showing him that he can be a role player and that, and just a mentor basically to help other players. So I would love him coming back to New York.
Yeah, I think it would definitely be a good look. So what do you guys think about Dion Waiters coming to the Lakers?
I'm not too crazy about it.
Yeah, I'm iffy on it.
I am too.
It's a different curse kind of. It could go good. It could
Yeah,
go
I think if he leaves all the drama aside, then it'll be a good look for us because he could play both sides of the ball.
Yeah,
And he
be a
could
good
come off the
player.
bench, score for
But
us.
all right, here's the thing. So you added Deion Waiters, right? So what does that do for Danny Green? Do you play them at the same time? Who comes off the bench?
Good question.
Yeah, that is a good question.
Who comes off the bench? Who gets to start? Because
Danny should be
Danny,
starting.
he's good on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah,
too.
he
It
is.
should be starting.
I think I'll still start Danny Green.
Absolutely.
I think
Yeah,
so,
keep
too.
Dion Waiters as a role player. Do you guys think that Lakers should bring in J.R. Smith?
Absolutely.
I think
Absolutely.
y'all should have brought him in already. Now that y'all brought in Waiters, I think it's kind of like a lost cause. I think
Yeah,
it
that's
should have
true.
been either one or the other. But I would have leaned more towards J.R. Smith.
But sources say that they're still looking to add more shooting to their team, so you never know, they might add him.
I mean, at this point, you don't need no more shooters. You got enough shooters.
I mean, one more doesn't hurt.
LeBron want to win.
You know, and
but
look,
LeBron, but we all know
LeBron think he gonna add
LeBron
more
can
than
shoot.
he
We see LeBron do it consecutively. This three ball, this deep three ball. You have Anthony Davidson as a big man that can shoot the three ball. The only non-shooter that I could probably say you have is Rondo. And Rondo really, he did to facilitate, but I don't think you need more shooters. I think if you bring in Dion Waiters, you go second team, Caruso, Dwight Howard, Deion Waiters, Kuzma. And that first
Sounds
team,
about right.
Makes sense.
that first team is LeBron, AD, Danny Green, and the rest of them. You know what I'm saying? And then you just alternate, you know, either gonna leave LeBron in there with the second team for a little bit, or you put AD in there with the second team for a little bit. But I don't think I need no more shooters. I got what y'all need.
Yeah, stacking up too much could be. a
But
problem.
look at the Clippers. They keep adding people every day.
That's the Clippers. See, the Clippers is a different type of pedigree. They got, I could say, looking at the Clippers roster, they got a bunch of hungry dogs
Yeah, they do.
on their roster.
Exactly.
They not too,
Tenacious.
yeah, like they get after it, and that's the thing. That's what's gonna separate in the long run with the Lakers and the Clippers. It's just going. Listen, we want this more.
What's some other notable free agents that's going to be free this after the season?
Who else did they say was gonna be free? Other than, I'm not sure.
I got Google.
I want to say Chris Middleton.
Yeah, Middleton. I
Middleton,
think
yeah.
Middleton definitely.
And I like him. I think he should stay where he at, and he should
Yeah, I
pay
never
him.
really cared for Middleton though. Like, as good as he is,
He's a good shooter though.
I think he's good in the position he in. I can't see him going to shine for another team.
Me either.
But let me ask you guys this: what about Jamal Crawford? Like, why don't you guys think
I
that
forgot
nobody's
about
picking him
I
up? Is
forgot
it
about
because like maybe he don't want to play no more, or people just feel like he's too old?
They feel like he's
I think it's a mix of both. I think he still do want to play, but I think like I ain't gonna say he too old. He is up there in age. But
Yeah, I think he's like 40.
I think like it's starting to take a toll on him. Like if you looked at the last time he played,
He played
as
against
good
Phoenix.
as he still
Played.
was.
He had 51 points that game.
Yeah,
Too.
as
I would
good as
say
he
he
still
scored.
was. He not consistently Jay Crawford, like the Jay Crawford we knew. You feel me?
And it's crazy because like when I asked this question on Facebook, like what free agent Lakers should get, and everybody said Jamal Crawford over everybody, over J.R. Smith, over Deion Waiters, over Dan Stevenson. Like,
I forgot about Jamal.
Yeah, I think that's more so people just stuck on what he did for us.
Yeah.
Like the memory he left on us. Like I think the Lakers is more so looking at it now, like what could he do for us now?
He could do a lot for y'all, but
Yeah.
it's no different from what Rondo could do. You got one of the same player. Me personally, I don't think you need him. I don't think he fits. He may fit with someone else. If him and Melo could go back to the Knicks, that'd be dope.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
That's good chemistry. But I mean, Lakers don't need him, and I don't know what's the point of talking about him. Like I said, you about to just have another Miami team with LeBron on it. You need all of these players to win, and it's not that. You just need the skill and the mindset. I mean, I think Ty Lue should. You know what I'm saying? I think Ty Lue should be running the show.
I think the Lakers got enough right now to win,
Yeah.
honestly. Like it's teams that can compete against them, definitely the Clippers. Even after that game last night, the Bucks show they still can compete
Yeah.
against them in the series. Like but they do have enough right now to win it. Like Lakers definitely got enough to win it right now.
well,
Adding more or too much can turn more so bad into good, you feel me? Because it start taking away from other people.
Sign somebody and just don't play.
I think you should roll with what you got going on. Y'all number one in the West, like
yeah.
everything rolling smooth. Just stick the if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, I think if everybody play their role, then we'll be good. Like,
Yeah.
Caldwell Pope is
I'm just interested to see like
Can't stand.
all the trades and free agencies and the off season. So hopefully these teams will get better, so y'all can compete with my Lakers.
Before we go on, I think they should have kept this guy Josh Hart.
Oh
yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's kicking up in New Orleans.
I think they should have kept him.
He's
Yeah.
shining.
But you
It's
know,
such
we
a
have to
shame
send
they
the whole
post
world to
like
get
that.
AD. So
Oh, yeah.
so AD better stay healthy. That's all I'm saying.
He's so.
Okay. Go ahead. Choose a topic.
Oh
Wild card.
So you get to choose what we get to talk about.
man, what do I want to talk about? I don't really know. If I don't really know, I don't want to hold it up. Can I pass it off? Anybody have something else?
Anybody else want to talk about anything?
I would say besides LeBron and a Greek Freak, who would you have third running for MVP?
It's like a toss up. That's a good question.
Ooh.
My third for MVP would have to be Harden.
Yeah, it makes sense number wise. I mean, Harden is number one in the scoring. So if you want to go by stats, yeah, I would say it's Harden.
More so not just scoring. Like I was looking at something today that a lot of people not giving Harden credit for. Defensive wise, Harden got the same number for his defense.
Always.
And it's talks of Giannis right now being the defensive player of the year,
Yeah,
but
sure.
Harden defensive stats is better than his. Like, I don't think he get the credit that he deserved as far as the defense he's been playing this season. Not just third, he could be the second choice for MVP. When you look at his numbers both ways, like because people not used to seeing Harden play defense
At all.
so it's like they're not even acknowledging it. But when you pull up the numbers, his is slightly better than the person that they talking about defensive player of the year. So you gotta give him credit with it.
And I think that's just because the NBA, the media, they have this little image they have with Greek, and they just going with that storyline. I think that's what they're doing. They want the Greek to win it all, like take it all.
I put Luka in there. I definitely.
I mean, I had him in there
Yeah, I
like
had
in the
him
beginning
in
of the season, but
there.
not necessarily now.
Now, yeah.
Yeah,
I
like-
had him in
Do
there.
you think it felt that because KP came back and provided a little bit more help?
Exactly.
So,
Yeah, and also because he got injured.
You got injured.
but that's not his fault because that's like saying you can't.
Yeah, no, it's not his fault.
Yeah, it's not his fault.
Number wise though, it's because KP came back and took away from what he was
I
doing.
bet because I'm
But
gonna
like-
say because
Producing like that.
Harden has a lot of help that's undervalued. Like you got some odd 3 players putting up 20 some odd points,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then you still putting up your 20, 30 points
Mhm.
after coming from a month out of the slums, a month and a half. Like man, you throwing up 3-pointers and them shits is everywhere, but in the bottom of the net.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Luka great. Like, but we know he was playing for 2 people, and he was able to hold it
Mhm.
down. The injury, yeah, even though it's not his fault, it
Yeah.
do play a factor. In
It
that.
does, because like if you could play 10 games and be on a streak and do your thing, and then you're out for 5 games, like it messes up that momentum of you becoming like the candidate for MVP. And it's been off and on for the past few weeks too. He keeps re-injuring himself, so that do play a part as well. Because you need to be on a streak with your playing.
If Steph come back and put up Steph numbers, is he in this conversation? Or is it too
No,
late?
it's-
Nah,
No, because he missed the whole
Absolutely
season.
not.
Yeah.
But before he got injured, he was in the talk. And I think that
So I mean,
nah,
I
it's
think
too
it should.
late.
I think it should like roll over. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
Nah, I love Stephen
If
off.
he would have
Nah.
came back maybe 20 games,
Yeah.
But nah, it's about 20 games left. It's too late now.
It's over.
Mhm.
What y'all think before y'all end this wild card topic?
Mhm.
Build on that. What y'all think Steph gonna do? We seen his first game back, but y'all think that was just him being Steph, or like, I mean, y'all think he gonna just pick up where he left off?
I think he's gonna pick up where he left off because I think his playing it just comes natural. Like people thought that maybe his hand would mess up the shooting. Like no, he's gonna be the same person he was before the shooting.
So
before
by
the
the
injury.
beginning of the next season, well, let's say when Clay come back, y'all think the Warriors gonna be the Warriors that we used to see?
I think so because I feel like they're gonna make adjustments. Like
I think
I don't know if we're gonna keep Green.
A
I
lot
don't
of
think
people
we're gonna keep Green.
counted them out. Like, a lot of
Yeah,
people
I
think it's over
didn't.
for
You
them.
know, I love.
I didn't count them out. I seen a couple games where they were like down and they came back, and I'm
Mhm.
like, they have great moments as a team. It's just they play some nights and then they just like it's a typical. We don't have this chemistry.
Mhm.
You feel me?
But I think the young players that they have now, they building a great chemistry, and all they need is to add that one player,
with-
whether it's Greek, whether
with
it's somebody
Steph-
else.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. With Steph, Clay, and
Wiggins?
a healthy Draymond back, I'm not going to even count Wiggins.
Wait,
If they
I
could
don't
pull
think we should be
Giannis,
Mhm.
are they winning it next year?
I think they are.
That's a reach. We want to say that's a reach.
Because when KD come back,
Can't
I
forget about
mean,
that.
yeah, I can't forget about
We
that.
gotta see, like, that's a different injury.
Yeah.
I was gonna say if
That's,
KD
that's
comes
not
back,
like
would
when
that be the
Steph
same
was-
KD?
That's
But-
a different.
He would. Sorry, they gonna believe that. Yeah.
No,
I mean,
it's good.
all right, bet. But
Just keep
Kyrie, like, what is Kyrie gonna do? You got 2 of the best people sitting on the bench right now for you. You
Mhm.
got Karis LeVert bugging. Like,
Well, I think it's gonna always end with them once he get healthy. It's gonna end with them being as though that they in the East. Like, of course, it's gonna end with Brooklyn going to
Yeah.
championship.
They just gotta build that
with a healthy
chemistry.
KD and Kyrie. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's like inevitable.
Mhm.
But you still got the West. Like,
Mhm.
so
Yeah, the East is getting way better than like
Very,
previously
very.
years. So
I
it's
think-
gonna be interesting to see next season. Like,
And you know what's crazy about that? Even though like I'm not a LeBron fan at all, like people not saying about Giannis the same thing they were saying about LeBron. Oh, LeBron in the East is so easy.
mhm.
All that shit Giannis doing, he just running through the East. Like
I'm glad you said that.
it's he
You don't
doing
hear
the
it.
same thing LeBron was
I'm
doing,
glad
but
you said
nobody's
that.
not saying that.
I'm glad you said that.
Everybody was bashing LeBron for being in the East. Oh, it's too
Mhm.
easy. And I'm not even a LeBron fan, but
Mhm.
facts is facts. Like
Yeah, it's
Giannis ain't
true.
doing nothing.
I'm not gonna
I
lie.
blame LeBron fans.
LeBron makes it look super easy when he moves people with his body. I'm not gonna lie.
And I'm not gonna lie, he surprised me to go to the West, and they never won in the West right
Yeah.
now. Even with AD,
But-
that surprised me.
Yeah.
I say the difference with Giannis is just he avoids the contact and he's way more nifty than LeBron. I give him that. So that's why I think that nobody don't hear that
For him
comparison.
to be so big too, yeah.
Mhm.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
He just swift.
That's what I'm saying. He's just
Mhm.
way more nifty. So if he was like LeBron kind of statue and doing what he's doing, I'm like, bro, you dominating the East right now. But
Mhm.
there's been times where he has been defended. You feel me? Only person I know that can stop LeBron, niggas, they hate to hear me say this, is Kawhi Leonard.
No, I think Kawhi and Paul George. I would say
I'm
Kawhi.
not gonna say Paul.
You don't think so?
I'm gonna say
A healthy
No, no.
Paul? A healthy Paul could beat anybody in the NBA.
Once upon a time.
Once
Yeah.
upon a time.
Once upon a
A
time,
healthy
yeah.
Paul.
Now I'm not
Paul
saying that
healthy right now.
I'm not saying that he can't keep up with LeBron. He can't stay in front of LeBron,
Mhm.
but for 28 minutes or so,
Yeah, it'd be tough.
the only person that I see that can do that
That's
is
interesting.
Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
That's
Giannis,
interesting.
Giannis really can't do it because
Mhm.
he get in the
Paul
paint and
George
have his
is
way.
like, if not the best defender in the league, he damn sure.
No, I give him that. Listen,
There's nobody in the
I'm-
league he can't do.
I played ball all my life between basketball and track, and I was known for defense. You feel me? From Gary Payton, you feel me? Even my favorite player is Penny Hardaway. You know what I'm saying? Another good, he's a good defense player. He can score. You feel me? Klay Thompson, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard. Those are my top 5 defensive players.
No Scotty?
Some Tony Allen in it.
I like Scotty, but I wasn't really too
No Jordan.
thrilled about Scotty.
I think a lot of people.
Listen, I'm not a Jordan.
offense take away from
I'm
his
not
Yeah.
a Jordan fan. Like people.
Yeah, it is.
People look at me like crazy. Like, listen, I glorify, you feel me, Penny Hardaway over Jordan. I like
defensive wise.
in just the game. Like I like Jordan game.
that's
I
Yeah.
love this
that's
game.
favoritism, though.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
favoritism.
Like,
Yeah.
facts. Like, yeah.
But I'm saying like Mike had his moments.
Yeah, that's like Carmelo, my favorite player all the time, but I ain't gonna say he's better than Jordan offensively. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
I was
man.
like, what
You're playing. Look, you got Jordan Pippen shirt.
Yeah, I mean,
talking
I support him, but I was still on my ground. You know? I support him. I like this shirt more so because the numbers he put up in this game. It's my brother's birthday.
Flu game?
Yeah, the flu game, and it's my brother's birthday. I just like
Definitely
wearing it.
classic.
So
He had help. He had help.
and he couldn't have did it without Scotty.
He had help. A lot of help. Tony, he had help.
Boy before.
Oh, guys.
People don't want to hear about that.
At all.
People don't want to hear about that. Mike did it on his own.
Right. Let's say that for another episode.
Word.
Okay, let me choose another topic. NBA Rookie of the Year.
This what I was waiting on. This is what I was waiting on. This
All right.
because I was gonna try to piggyback on that one.
Well, I got Jam Morant. Oh, but I don't care how many games Zion played.
Yeah, I think it's clearly that he the front runner, but it's arguable though. Like it really is.
It is,
It's
but
arguable.
How is it arguable?
It's
With who?
with Zion, we never seen.
I mean,
it.
I
But
give
we
him
ain't seen it
that.
since a rookie Shaq. Like it's different.
Listen,
Yeah, I'll give you that, but
For him to come back off an injury like that with this amount of time left and to produce the way he produced, you ain't see that so many times. Like, and I think since
I'm about
Shaq
to-
is like the last time.
I'm about
but
to give it
John
to my
Morant,
Stephen A.
he's
board
been
on
playing
this
like
one.
that since the beginning of the season,
That's
and he's
why
been
he gotta be
consistent.
the front
Like,
runner.
it's not like he had a downfall. Like, no, he's been playing. He's leading Memphis. You would think like they were number one, but they only 8th seed. That's how good they're playing.
Front runner because he's been doing.
Like he's been doing it from day one. Like,
But
he-
question: if New Orleans take that AFC and
Somehow.
Memphis don't make the playoffs,
Somehow.
It's
is
arguable.
Zion arguable?
It's arguable.
It's
it
what
is
It's
arguable.
arguable.
I don't know.
It's arguable.
He
But
could,
listen.
but
Listen, here's how
I
I
don't
can break it down to you. And like I said, I'm about to get on my Stephen A. tip right here.
Oh
You
God.
feel me? What do you mean? What do you mean? Listen, Zion is a great player. He balls. He loves the ball. You can see it in his face. You know what I'm saying? And he's freakish and athletic.
And unstoppable.
And I'm not going to say he's unstoppable
No,
because
You don't think
right
so?
now, no. Next year,
No jump shot. Yeah.
next year, 2 years from now, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll be. He's going to do it in the NBA. But in Rookie of the Year, John Morant has been doing so much. He's led that team. He's put the team on his back.
Mm-hmm.
Defense, offense, and he shut up everybody. I've never seen a rookie other than AI with so much attitude than
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
than John Morant.
Yeah.
And with,
Definitely agree.
and with Zion, yeah, he's putting up numbers and he has a set jump shot because that's all you can do when you have these type of injuries is have a set jump shot. And for a lefty, I think it should be way better. Lefties have a better stroke.
Yeah.
But he has no footwork.
Nope.
He has the same moves. It's telegraphed. And
But
for
you gotta
him,
look
Yeah,
at it.
now,
When he
him up.
faster than most players on the court, you see what he did yesterday?
he is sluggish up the court.
When he-
Zion is
no,
one
I'm
of
talking
my
about off the
favorite
dribble.
players. Off the
He
dribble.
faster than almost everybody on the court off the dribble.
Because he
Baseline, you can't
he
stop
has
him.
he has a
Stop
great first step. He does. But his footwork, his mechanics,
Still sloppy.
still sloppy. He needs where you could tell he's a rookie.
You can't
Ja
tell Ja
Morant,
Morant a rookie.
He is performing.
Nah.
You can't tell
He tried to put his nuts in
You can't
ED's
tell Trae
face.
Young a rookie as good as he playing.
Coming up, listen, he execute everything perfectly. As to, listen, these are two different skill positions, and these are two different people,
What
body
you
and
think about
size.
Trae Young? Compare him to Ja Morant.
Oh, then that's the argument.
What you think about Trae Young?
Trae Young, I
I
would
love
say,
Trae Young.
I put him
he
up
give me
there.
Curry vibes.
I put him up there. I don't even think he gives me Curry vibes. He gives me T-Mac vibes. He gives me T-Mac
That's
vibes.
strong.
I don't know about
It's a
that.
strong
He gives
comparison.
He's not afraid to play defense, and you know what you about to get from him. And so far, I haven't seen him had a shooting a Steph Curry kind of shooting role kind of game, like a James Harden kind of.
Not
Okay, so
Yeah.
if you guys are starting a
Not the game
franchise,
after Kobe when he dropped 50. You missed that.
okay, so if you
He's
start,
capable, very capable.
if you guys are starting a franchise, who you picking, Smith or John Morant?
Smith or John Morant?
Wait, Smith. What's
Smith.
I mean, Trey Young or John Morant.
I'm gonna go with John. I'm gonna go with John.
I would want to go with Trey, but the only reason why I would go with Ja is because Trey showed me early that he's injury prone. I ain't gonna say injury prone.
Mhm.
He showed me that he's capable of being injured. Like he need to work on his body.
Mhm.
Like
I'd
Ja
rather
is
go
good.
with
That's
Ja.
why when you said
I'd rather go with
AI,
Ja.
I think Ja
that was a good
Smart.
comparison.
Yeah.
Like as small
Like
as
his
AI was, how he
IQ
used
was
to
incredible, decision
fall and
making,
beat himself, he
playmaking.
was
Like I
tough.
feel like he was.
Like Ja is tough. Like I give him that. So
I think
mentally too.
I think
Yeah.
honestly, I
I
think
would go with
if Trae Young don't stay on the right team and have the right people around him, he could end up like an Isaiah Thomas. Because I tell you, Isaiah Thomas was a great player. He just got bounced around so many
Yeah,
fucking
true.
teams.
That killed
Mhm.
him.
his size ain't helping neither.
And
though.
they have the
Yeah,
same
that's
size
His
in
size ain't
comparison.
helping neither.
And right now, you feel me? Yeah, Trae Young can score, but also he can be scored on really easy.
Yeah.
Really easy. So, like I said, John Morant all the way. He comes off the screen and he puts up numbers and he owns up to whatever he you know what I'm saying, he like.
What you think about RJ Barrett?
I think he's overshadowed because of the
Because
like,
he's
because of the
yeah,
Knicks.
so-
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And-
What you think about RJ Barrett individually?
And to listen,
That's the question.
He's
again,
good.
another one of my Duke.
I
Another
don't
one
feel
of my
like he's
Duke. I'm a
stood
Duke
out,
fan.
stands out.
Die hard. Like I said, that's why I love Zion, and I ain't want to take away from him, but I'm going to point out your flaws just as well as your accomplishments. I have to.
So overall, what you think of Barrett's
Barrett?
individual performance?
He's great.
Yeah.
He has more potential to be better than what he is,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
he's good where he's at right now.
You think he could actually do something with the Knicks though, or you think he got to
No.
go somewhere else?
You got to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
You got to go somewhere else. I just
Yeah, as a Knicks fan, I would say the same thing. Too.
listen. I've been a Knicks fan for so long.
Mhm.
I've been a Knicks fan for so
I
long,
feel bad for you guys.
and
Word.
I left.
Come to Lakeland.
I went to Little Sister. You feel me? I wanted to stay in New York. I went to the Nets.
Okay.
I went to the Nets. When Carol LeVert was bugging, he got hurt. I'm like, damn, I'm still stick with y'all. I ain't gonna give up on y'all. So like, I went to the Nets. But the Knicks, I think they changed their front office. Like put like an Allen Houston back up in there, or
it's the
you
owner.
know what I'm saying?
It's the owner, yeah.
But before we end this topic, how do you guys feel about like the young generation in general? Do you think that the NBA is in good hands with Trae Young and Zion, Tatum?
Absolutely.
Who else we got? Like
Luka.
Devin
Booker, like.
We got a lot of young guys
Yeah.
that's like that's great players like already.
But you know how we have LeBron, like he's the face of the NBA for like the last decade. Who do you think is going to take
Zion,
that?
of course.
You think so?
Yeah, they basically made them the shit.
Yeah, they are. The
He
media,
even picked up the
yeah.
basketball.
I'm
Like.
gonna say.
the hype was crazy.
Who?
I'm gonna say Giannis.
You think so?
Probably gonna be the next.
I think so too. I think that's what they're kind of leaning towards too. And how old is he?
I want to say 23, 24.
Yeah, he's
Giannis,
young.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
No,
still.
Giannis ain't that young.
No.
No, let me see. Giannis got to be at least 26.
I feel like they trying to make him, market him the face of the NBA, and I definitely can see it. Like,
His biggest weakness.
He's out of win.
yeah.
He
That
got
too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
If
Absolutely.
he win, then yeah, hands down, he got.
But Zion, I'll get him. One thing I can get him, he gets me the young Shaq, Orlando
Dominate.
days,
Mhm.
domination, and if he could like become and live up to that hype and potential, he's gonna dominate the whole
Yeah,
NBA because.
25.
Yeah, because if you put a young Shaq in the NBA right now, ain't nobody stopping him.
So
Just because of how the style play is
That's
today.
basically what Zion doing.
Yeah, he is doing that.
Oh,
And that's the
11
thing.
for 12, 17 for 18.
And then if he could keep doing that,
That's
like he's gonna
unstoppable.
dominate the
I say
NBA.
he a young Shaq. I'd give it to him, but right now the closest thing you got to Shaq is like
We never seen
Right,
that
the
besides
White
Shaq. You 6'10", 6'11", that big could bring the ball up the court without worrying about nobody stealing it. You could, you forever. You could post up, spin off, dunk on whoever. We never seen that besides Shaq. Well, young Shaq. We never seen that.
Magic Johnson.
real quick too, I love Bam from Miami. That's my boy.
Who?
Bam.
Bam.
Yeah.
Bam.
Oh yeah, I do
love
too.
Bam.
He's
Yeah,
having a great
he's
season.
having a good season.
He's
Even though
another
he made
player.
me,
If he
him and
won't,
he
he'd
made
be
me
out.
lost last night on the ticket.
You
To New Orleans.
Yeah, Miami was tripping.
Yeah, that was.
So if I get into this bet and I'll be alright, I'll start winning some money.
Oh, no.
Miami was tripping.
Like I said, Zion come down on his weight and work on his mechanics, he'll be a hell of a player. He'll be a hell of a player. The only person that upset me so far coming from Duke is Cam Reddish.
With Atlanta.
What's up
With
with
Atlanta.
Atlanta? I thought he was going to be nice too.
Mm.
Like he kind of looking like a bust.
I don't think he started either.
Once upon a time, he did.
Yeah, okay.
I don't
And
know.
I'm a North Carolina fan, but that last season, like I was rooting for all of them. Barrett, Reddish, and Zion. Like when you see great players and you just like basketball, that shit team wise go out the window.
But I
You
think
wanna
there's
see-
always one that's
Good,
not
yeah.
gonna live up to the hype and not
Because I'm like that for
become
Cole
that player.
Anthony. I'm like that for Cole Anthony.
Yeah, word. Like I hear a lot of people say that too. Like when you love basketball, and you
Just like-
see a great player, you just want to see them do good. Yeah.
Well, guys, these topics was good today. I think we discussed a lot. But before we go, I have one question I want to ask you guys. If you can get your answers from underneath your seats. Yep. So for the NBA season, what's more likely to happen? Now look over your answers and choose the best one. I'm gonna pick mine. So I already know what I'm going with.
Oh man.
I already got my answers.
I would say none of these, but the most believable.
Most likely, you got to pick
The
one.
most likely,
I got an easy one.
I would say. Can I
Alright.
post it down?
We can go ahead. Hold yours up to the camera.
Pelicans finish the season with 8 seed over Memphis.
That's gonna be
That's the
challenging.
most likely to.
That's gonna be challenging.
Well, I'm gonna be biased and Lakers in the NBA championship. We going all the way. Doing it for Kobe.
As it should.
Ooh. Everything being talked about, I'm gonna go with Lakers taking it all the way.
Good choice.
So, Bucks win the 70 games.
Woo!
I definitely can see that happening. I
think so.
definitely can.
That's likely though. That's
They
likely.
got 50.
They can't lose 3 games for that to come true.
Really? Oh yeah, the amount of games that's
They
not
lost
bad.
last night to the
Yeah.
Lakers. They can't lose 3.
Well, they did lose
If
last
they
night.
lose 2 more, they'll end up 72-10.
I was moved up last night.
No, if they lose 2 more, they'll end up 70-12. So yeah, 3 more.
But But even if they win those games, they might end up like the Warriors and have that season where they win 70+ games and don't win the NBA championship.
That's a bust. But I mean,
Yeah.
the Pelicans, what they like 8 games back. AFC. It's dropped.
I think it's like 4 or 5.
4 or 5 now. All right. Last time I checked, it was
There's 20 games left. It's definitely possible to
Yeah.
catch up.
So I'd like to thank you guys for coming on the show today and talking sports with me. You know, it's been a pleasure. You know, we do this every day on Facebook, so now we finally get to do it in person. I hope you guys will come back and talk some more sports with me. And I want you guys to tune into the next episode where we will be dedicating the show to the legacy of Kobe Bryant.
Let's go, OKC.
Right.